The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. Let's do it. It is 6:04. It's 34 degrees. And if we didn't have enough problems out there in the last couple of weeks with blizzards and ice warnings, today, no ice, no snow, but it's a dense fog warning till 10 a.m. And it's legit because coming in today, man, the fog is, it's dense. So just like the warning.
I'm going to lose my mind if they close my son's school over fog. They're closing it over everything, and I'm gonna freak out.
Do you know yet? What are you gonna text alert or something?
Yeah, I mean, I did not get one yet. My husband's better at checking like the portal and stuff, and I'm like, I'm just gonna lose it.
Well,
I am. I'm gonna lose my mind. They've gone to school like 3 days in January. I'm gonna lose it, man.
we'll see what happens if that text alert comes in during a break. It'd be pretty fun if you lose it on the air when it happens.
Oh, it'll be a hoot.
I think they would do it by now, right? By 6 o'clock, it's already done. They would let you know if they're doing that or no.
No, sometimes they cancel later than that. His school doesn't start till like 9:15.
What?
I know.
Glorious
Is that crazy?
life. Holy crap. I mean, I can't remember
he sleeps
really.
until like 8:30, and then he's in for a rude wake. So he's in elementary school now, and we also live less than five minutes. And I'm not even talking about driving. I'm talking about walking from the elementary school because it's in our neighborhood. And what's so funny is that I'm like, he's in for such a rude awakening. He's in 4th grade right now. 5th grade, fine, will be normal. But when he hits junior high, we have to drive to the junior high, and it starts at like 8.
Yeah.
And we now have to allot for driving. So he's not used to that. So he starts at 9:15. He'll wake up 8:30, 8:45. Because he spends 10 minutes getting ready, 10 minutes having breakfast, walks over. It's so easy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's going to freak out. School's going to start by the time he normally wakes up.
Yeah.
He's not experienced that at all in his life. I don't think he's been woken up for anything ever.
It's amazing how kids, and even, kids, let's say going up to 18 years old or whatever, can sleep till noon. And just like they've taken Ambien or something. I've been in the room with one of my nephews and talking loud to the TV on. He's out. He's just unconscious. I'm like, what's going? Oh, what a joy that would be.
Yeah, yesterday, because school was canceled, so we didn't wake him up. You know, he just did his thing. He woke up at 9:30 yesterday. And then he walked in like, whoa, nobody can tell me it's school time. We're like, oh, it's canceled. Like, don't worry about it. We didn't just drop the ball. Don't worry.
Where are all my workers telling me that I have to get up and get my dressed and brush my teeth for me and go to school?
I just love the look in his eyes of like, hello. Like, I have to go to school. Like, we're aware.
Oh, man. Well, I don't know what schools. I haven't seen any big alerts on school cancelings yet. But certainly the fog is real, so be careful out there anytime before 10 o'clock if you're getting on the roads. And also make sure you're listening and put these in your phone right now. Put in 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. for a chance to go see Fall Out Boy in Los Angeles, GTFO, 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. 2 chances this morning with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And in about an hour, 7:10, we'll have those Avett Brother tickets for Alpine Valley in Clash with Kenzie.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And before we get to the fact that makes your brain just go, at least give you that tease, shout out to Brian from 219 who texted in, I'm really counting on you guys today. I'm deadbeat tired, drove home late last night from the Purdue game. Speaking of that, Brian, you should mention that in sports. I will. Purdue basketball, of course, awesome. They took on Michigan last night, not doing very well awesome in basketball, but we'll get to that a little bit in sports. But, yeah, they're counting on us, Kenzie. He's counting on us.
Okay. I mean, we're supposed to keep him up or something? I don't know. Okay, we are here.
Just a little extra incentive to make sure we got our A game
I just
going.
don't know, is there something else in that text? Like, I'm counting on you to help me with this GoFundMe or something that we don't know. Did you read the whole thing?
He did not add a GoFundMe. I swear to
Okay.
God he didn't. There's a lot of them out there, but he did not add one.
I get so many, and I feel mean saying this, but I do get so many of like those type of messages in my DMs. Like, listen, I love the show. I love this. I love this. Do you think that you could fund this teacher's brand new room? I'm like, no, I don't have. I would love to be rich, but I can't do it.
I know. It'd be great to give money to every GoFundMe that's out there, because when you read the story of them, it's always like, oh my God,
I think it was interesting this year. Brian or Case, did you guys experience this?
Oh boy.
When the school year started, I got so many messages from teachers. Like, this is my Amazon wish list for class, but they weren't like teachers even in my district or my son's classroom. Like, it was just teachers in general. And I was like, because like I always give extra to the class because like your teacher will put up a wish list. And I get it, because there's people out there who are like, look, like, say your mom was a teacher and you're like, that's what I like to give money to or whatever. But I couldn't believe how many teachers, even in other states, that were like, wanna buy stuff. I'm like, I kind of gotta buy stuff for this classroom. I don't know.
You got someone from Montana hitting you up?
Like, I really had people like out of states. Like, it wasn't other teachers at my son's school or my son's like any of that. It was like out of state teachers.
You must have been on a Reddit thread saying hit her up. Yeah. She gave the
I don't
one.
know.
She gave the one, so she'll give to everybody. I don't know.
That always happens. I get roped into everything because I feel so guilty.
Well, is it an instance where you're getting sent these Amazon teacher wish lists, but it's not school supplies on the wish list? It's like a Gucci
No, I've
belt?
looked because I was curious. I'm like, is this like one of those? Okay. And when I go to my filtered messages, there's a lot of like porn requests too. So
from teachers?
Not from teachers. But I was like, maybe this is like fake and it's like all dominatrix stuff in the Amazon wish list. I did go look, but it was solid. I'm like, I get it. You want colored pencils. I understand.
I say this maybe with regret, because I don't want to start getting them, but I did not get hit up with a bunch of teachers requesting from their wish list when the school year started. Now, my daughter's too young maybe to be in the school realm of people knowing about me in that world.
But that's the thing, is that I wouldn't be surprised. Again, like when Harper goes to school, her teacher is going to be like, can they bring in one Kleenex box and one this and what? There's going to be a whole list of stuff to help stock the classroom. So of course you do that. There's usually a few extra things you can bring in, or we've hit up the teacher before and been like, anything you need for your classroom that wasn't, we try to like help in that way. But I'm like, well, I can't do it there's a lot of classrooms in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you want to help, but you can't fund everybody. It's sad.
Yes.
It's a sad place.
But it was really interesting because it's like, all right, fine, you're not in the school system yet, but it wasn't like I was in the school system even just for other schools in this district. It was like, I don't know how they found me.
Yeah, you have a kid in school like other millions of parents around the country.
I act like it's that unique of a setup. I got to be honest.
Yeah. You're not a unicorn. Wow. Well, listen, we'll try to help as many people as we can. We'll just do that.
I'm trying.
In the meantime, with the fact, here's how we're going to help you coming up at 6:30. Trouble sleeping? A lot of people. I get up all the time when I do the check-ins at 4 o'clock. Check-in you up at 4 a.m. I was doing that on our Facebook page. So many people text in, can't sleep, watch playing video games, or, I was going on Netflix wormhole. And I feel bad for people that just can't sleep. I've got the answer. And everybody can do this. It's very easy, doesn't cost money. Everybody can do this to sleep better tonight. We'll have that fact for you at 6:30.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain go. I think this one will be a little bit, not necessarily shocking, but very enlightening and educational for people who have a hard time sleeping, which I would guess is about 30% of our audience have a hard time sleeping.
Well, I would say at least.
At least, right? Everybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
A lot of people text in and I take melatonin. I take an edible. Somebody else said magnesium to help them sleep. And I think it sucks when you have to take something to help you sleep. But you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you got to do something to wind down. A lot of people say just keep your phone off. I need little dings and buzzes and alerts that come through that just wake you up and disrupt your REM sleep so you don't sleep as good.
I have mine on Do Not Disturb because that one time when I overslept, you guys were trying to call me and you couldn't.
Yeah, Case, remember that? Remember that when we were trying to call Kenzie? We thought we were ready to start calling hospitals to see what accident happened. Nope, just had my phone off. I was just in luxurious sleep.
Yeah, I should probably add you guys to my favorites.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Because Brian, you work with the two most paranoid people on earth. Brian and I immediately assumed the worst things possible had happened to you, and that's why you weren't at work, and not just, I overslept a little bit.
Yeah.
That one was my bad. That one was on me.
Very brave of you to admit that on the air.
And then you made it from Elgin to NBC Tower downtown in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was way too quick.
Yeah.
It was not good. I made it for Clash of Kenzie. Woo woo.
Yeah. It was record time getting down
Not
here for
good.
that.
It was disturbing.
So if you're having trouble sleeping, here is a tip I guarantee you haven't heard. At least I never heard this before. And it means you should do this. Brush your teeth earlier in about at least a half hour before you go to bed. Now, a lot of people brush their teeth before you go to bed. You should, right? Everybody in the room brush your teeth before you go to bed? Case?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
I don't know. I'm not sure everybody brushes their teeth before they go to bed.
No, my
So
girlfriend
Brian,
makes me.
you don't?
I do. I forget, though. Sometimes I go to bed and I don't. And Megan goes like, what ass smell just got in here? That's it.
When she says, what ass smell just got in here?
And I just say my ass.
When you enter the bed. Sounds abusive.
With the
Abusive
ass
really-
dragged in.
Yeah, that's love right there. You should brush your teeth, but do it 30 minutes before you go to bed. So anything you do like that before you go to bed, if you do it right before you, let's say 5 minutes before you go to bed, your brain with that activity is saying, hey, we're doing stuff here. Let's not go to bed yet. And it's harder to fall asleep. So don't do anything before you go. 30 minutes to an hour before normal bedtime. Like washing your face or doing whatever your normal pre-bedtime routine is. Don't do it right before you go to bed.
So you want to kind of sit around a lot before going to bed.
Yes. You got to, don't.
God, you must thrive in this area, Brian.
Oh.
You must thrive in the area of an hour of doing nothing.
But believe it or not, I get in the bed and I instantly just start scrolling. And you shouldn't do that. That's what's causing
so
your
what are
brain.
you supposed to do? You're supposed to stare at the wall for an hour?
Stare at the wall, do nothing. Don't move, and that will wind your body down easier than going right to bed. That's what
My
science says.
husband's very he's like a drill sergeant about what time I should go to bed because obviously we wake up really early for the show and I'm just not responsible. Like I'll just stay up really late still and be tired.
Yeah.
And he's so on me. He's like, phone away, it's 9, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, leave me alone. We fight about it almost every night.
Phone away is amazing. It sounds like a 70-year-old mom.
So seriously, he literally, I go, what is your deal? Why do you hate my happiness? What is your problem? And then I go, I just got done cooking dinner, packing lunches, doing this, doing that. Then it turns into a fight every single day. I go, could you give me 10 minutes? We
Yeah.
argue. And I'm like, I didn't grow up just to get told what to do. And this sucks.
Yeah. Case, do you have a pre-bed ritual besides brushing your teeth? Is there anything else going on there?
There's a big development in my life, specifically in the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
For Christmas, I got a new TV from my parents, which meant that I had a surplus of TVs. I now had 2 TVs.
And you live in about, what, 600 square feet or something like that?
it's a very small apartment.
Yeah.
So it might be luxurious, but it's a very small apartment.
Is it a 1-bedroom?
It is.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a studio or a 1-bedroom.
I used to live in a studio, now I live in a 1-bedroom. So
Okay.
I replaced the living room TV with the new TV, but I moved the old TV into the bedroom, and now I watch TV in bed. And Brian, you're a weirdo. You don't like TV in the bedroom?
I don't.
I love it. All of a sudden, TV is just better, and I find myself falling asleep to basketball games now, and it's the greatest pleasure I have. I love it.
I've always fallen asleep to basketball games.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Just a reminder, in 20 minutes, 7 a.m., we will have your chance at Fall Out Boy in Los Angeles, and we'll do it again at 9 a.m., 2 times today. So you get a full trip, and just for qualifying, you get a $100 gift card, a $100 Visa gift card. So you don't have to know anything. You don't have to do anything. You just got to listen. We'll give you this keyword. You text it, and boom, that's your chance at it. It's super easy. So be here in 20 minutes at 7 a.m. for sure. Ever had that night when you drank too much and something happened where you were in front of people? Maybe you were a best man or the maid of honor. Maybe it was some kind of work presentation. You got nervous and drank a little much. Well, Elle King, who's a great singer, by the way, and then she was at Dolly Parton's birthday celebration at the Grand Ole Opry, and boy, she tied one on and got quite lit.
She channeled her father, Rob Schneider, for sure. I think she was much more in that vein than her performance vein.
It's still wild to me that her dad is Rob Schneider.
I
don't
know,
know
it is.
why. It's just funny. But So she started singing this Dolly song, and she forgot the words and started stumbling through it. And right after that part, then she stops and says this.
And
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and this is huge. This is at the Grand Ole Opry, which is a big deal, obviously, in Nashville, Tennessee. It's one of those things that like people feel very honored when they're invited to perform, and you were invited to perform for Dolly Parton's birthday party. So like it was a Dolly Parton birthday celebration at the Grand Ole Opry. This is a big deal. This is not like a little park pavilion like setup where it's like, it's a big deal, and maybe she drank out of nerves or something. I totally get that. But to then mess up the Dolly Parton song completely and forget all the lyrics, and I don't know, man. It was bad.
It was bad. Here's what it sounded like when she came out of the song, but she forgot all the lyrics.
You ain't getting your money back. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing is true. Good, because you ain't getting it.
I said, I don't want it back.
That's it. I'll tell you one thing more. I'll tell you one thing more. Hi, my name is El King. I'm hammered.
We're celebrating Dolly's birthday the good old fashioned way.
Yeah, go ahead and tell my.
See, I think she's actually trying to talk like Dolly there, too.
We celebrating Dolly's birthday with the bottle.
I'll celebrate a birthday in one way or two.
Elle, let's give him one of yours.
How about that? I don't know. Go ahead. Why don't you give me this? Let me see if I'll tell you one thing. I can barely play another person's song. Let me see if I can play one of mine.
Yeah, somebody in the back she had her backup singers were right there looking at her with that cringy smile like, hey, let's keep going here.
Yeah, how about we do some music, Al? Like they were just trying to help her out and like
so
throw
hard.
her bone, and it was so bad. And another thing to keep in mind about the Grand Ole Opry is the shows traditionally are not super late. And there's a lot of kids at them.
Oh, jeez.
So it's absolutely kid friendly. The Grand Ole, because it's like the old radio show. So that is something else to keep in mind. This is not a club environment. This is not a midnight show. This is not like, there is probably tons of kids, especially for Dolly Parton's birthday celebration.
Yeah.
In the audience. Now, listen, I'm not one of those stingy people who's like, my kid heard a word, they'll be fine. But in this scenario, it's like maybe you could just chill on the stage.
And that's only part of it. Like it went on for another 2 minutes or so with F-bombs and S-bombs. I was like, whoa. And one of Dolly's sisters, didn't know she had a sister named Stella Parton, wrote on Twitter, I'm still stewing and thinking about how any little spoiled brat with an opportunity to sing on the Opry to pay tribute to a legendary songwriter like Dolly Parton would just piss on the star circle on the stage. Taylor Swift wouldn't. Oh, dropped that bomb on her. Taylor Swift wouldn't have done that.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's also other artists, like you have to reach for the biggest.
Yeah, well, it's her sister. It's her sister. I'd be defending that way too. And the Grand Ole Opry, of course, that we deeply regret and apologize for the language during the show last night. But Dolly Parton didn't even care. She went on to promote she's got a new cake line of something. So she went out just busy promoting a mix line for cake. So she didn't care. She was like, whatever.
No, I mean, Dolly Parton's a really, really sweet person, genuinely.
Yeah.
And just an amazing story. It's funny that you said you didn't know she had siblings because she grew up in a really, really tiny house in Tennessee with tons of brothers and sisters. She actually didn't even learn to read until she was older. And that is why if you are a child born in Tennessee, you get, I want to say it's a book a month or a book a year. I forget because I wasn't born there. But a book a month or a book a year until you're 18 years old.
Because
she
of her?
supplies that.
Yeah, she doesn't have any kids. And I know she gives like probably almost, hundreds of millions of dollars to charity stuff. And
she's just a sweetheart. So she's not going to sit down. Look at her legendary career. She's not going to sit down and be like,
yeah. People don't
my
know.
birthday celebration. That's just not her vibes.
I believe, I hope I have this right, that Dolly Parton gave a huge amount of money during the ALS Bucket Challenge, and they can trace it back to her that they discovered some gene in helping to cure ALS because of the money she gave.
No, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
I got to go back and double check on that one, but I know this happens. Like, have you ever been in a situation, Kenzie? Because I know Case doesn't drink, so I don't know, where you embarrass yourself on stage. I can remember bringing on Paramore for a Christmas show here. And
what'd you do?
Well, I was getting lit. I was getting my drink on. I was having a good time. And all they said to me was pretty much, I don't think they said this to El King, but he said, listen, it's an all ages show. don't swear on stage. Do what you got to do, but just please don't swear. And I go, yeah, it's all good. I never swear on stage. I don't do that. I agree with that. That's fine. But as the night went on, I started drinking. Then I went to bring on Paramore, and I get on stage, and the energy just hit me in a smaller theater, and the crowd went nuts. And I'm like, what's up, mother effer?
Oh, my God.
And for some reason, I couldn't stop saying mother effer. I said it like 20 times in a 40-second stage announcement.
Well, at least you were acknowledging all the mothers in the room.
And I'm like, are you ready for mother effing Paramore? And this is a mother effing great night. And I was so embarrassed later on when I found out what I did, because I really was that hammered. I just didn't know what I was doing. And the crowd went nuts. And no one really chastised me afterward that said, don't swear. I didn't get asked
what
back.
What Brian's leaving out is he was actually at the Kids Bop show. And he's trying to make it sound better.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Ron and Kenzie on Q101, 9 minutes away from Fall Out Boy in Los Angeles. You could get that. Just be here at 7 a.m. A couple of follow-ups that we were talking about, playing that audio from Elle King being wasted on stage for the Dolly Parton tribute. Somebody texted in about Kenzie talking about those books you get in Tennessee. You can actually get them here, too.
Yeah, I must have expanded. I remember being younger because I lived in North Carolina for a really long time, and them talking about like how cool it'd be if you're in Tennessee because you get the book. So I feel like this program has maybe expanded. Apparently now you can sign your kid up for that. You just have to take the time to go like create an account and all that. It's I think it's Dolly Parton's like Imagination Library, and you get a book a month for your kid.
That's amazing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, get those books out there. Get those kids be reading out there, and they learn how to speak properly.
Awesome.
We talked about situations, maybe you were drunk and did something stupid. Ryan checked in from 708. I got drunk at a bar and puked on a lit fireplace. Case, as a non-drinker, does seeing people do these things just make you go, this verifies why I'm not a drinker?
So there's a very fine line where I really don't, I was going to say I try, but I really don't judge a lot of people for what they do, because if it brings them joy and it's largely non-destructive, it's not my place to judge. Throwing up is gross, and throwing up on a fireplace is very gross. So I don't want to see that.
Because it would expand the smell of it. You know, you heat something up, like now the whole room smells like that.
Yeah, it's like putting it in a microwave, basically.
It's not good.
So burnt vomit permeates the room
It's
better?
a no from me. I can't say I'm a fan of that.
Anything, think about it, anything heated up smells more. Anything.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it smells like, better cooked.
No, it doesn't. Why would it smell better?
I've never smelled burnt vomit, so I don't know. I wonder how it smelled in that situation.
All right.
Well, drink better.
Consider yourself lucky. We're at the bar with Ryan.
That's right, Ryan. Exactly. I am lucky. Thanks a lot. Listen, 7 minutes away. Fall Out Boy, Los Angeles. Your chance at it. Here's Go Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. The Oscar nominations were announced yesterday, and Barbie director Greta Gerwig was not nominated. It's the biggest slap on the face at the Oscars since the one Will Smith gave Chris Rock. Leonardo DiCaprio was not nominated for Best Actor, which is amazing considering how many times he's successfully convinced 23-year-old models that he's really serious about them. Martin Scorsese got an Oscar nomination for Best Director. His eyebrows were nominated for Best Visual Effect. And Oppenheimer leads all Oscar nominees with 13. So I guess we know who will win the final battle of Barbenheimer. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.